Hey guys, Mike the Truck Nut here, aka Peterbilt Mike. How do you know you're a truck nut? Well, you know you're a truck nut when you've got not one, not two, but three project trucks in your yard. And you've got three more at another undisclosed location. But that's right, today it's all about, well actually I don't know which one it's about. Right now it's about Duke. We call Duke Duke Kaboom, but we've shortened it to Duke because if you are an OG subscriber or if you've been watching from about the midpoint, you'll know that Duke Kaboom was named Duke Kaboom because it went boom. That's right, the C13 engine blew up. Catastrophic failure. Big hole in the side of the block. But you know what I did? Did I cry about it? Well, yeah, I actually did a little bit. Did it scare me? Yeah, you know, when engines blow up, it makes a really loud bang followed by silence. But you know what we did? We went and got a used engine block, we put it back together, and now it's running again. And we're fixing her up. So we got the frame painted. You saw that in the last episode. That's old news. Looks great, fantastic. Gonna start the truck, gonna take it to the shop, go see Dad, see how Dad's making out on Stubby. You know what? I really should have a camera going at all times in that shop. Maybe a security camera. Actually, that's a really good idea because you know what? Dad is like one of those guys that just goes out and gets stuff done. It's probably why he's been so successful in his life because, you know, he's not lazy. Me, on the other hand, well, I can't say the same thing. So, so we got Low and Slow, we got Kenny, and you know what? We're not working on these today. You know, I'm probably got a lot of flack for not working on Kenny sooner or longer or harder, but I'm looking for a rear clip, and you know what? I'm a doer. And when I say I'm a doer, I'm a project starter. Am I a project finisher? Well, so far, no. But at the end of the day, I'm doing better. Because you know what? I've had other project opportunities and I've said, I put the brakes on. And it's like, no, I want that K100 because there was another K100 that was offered to me. But I didn't go get it. I still might go get it if they haven't wrecked it yet because it's at a scrap dealer. But you know what? Yeah, it's bent in half, but it's got an engine and transmission and it runs. But at the end of the day, you know what? We gotta get some of these closer to completion before we can start more. I know you're saying, Mike, I love it when you jump from project to project and I have a hard time following the builds because, you know, no, you don't. You probably really don't say that, but I'm a little ADHD, dyslexia, you know, obsessive compulsive nervous disorder. So I like to start projects, have a hard time finishing them. But you know what? The good thing is, if you never sell anything, you don't have to finish it. And I don't plan on selling anything right now, but I would like to get Duke done. And I say done, quotations, because when is it really done? I mean, it's never done. If you have a truck and it's your love, you know it's never done. You're always tweaking and adding. But the kicker is I want to get Duke to have a fifth wheel again, put the quarter fenders back on, make it so if I need to hook up to a trailer, I can. I got a water leak I got to fix. It's not a big water leak, but you know what? I'm not going to take it to Kansas tomorrow because it's got a water leak. And I'm not going to Kansas tomorrow anyways. But I'd like to go to Kansas. I hear it's nice there this time of year. Because right now in Prince George, it is a balmy 2 degrees Celsius. And what is that in Fahrenheit? It's just above freezing. I don't know what the degree is, but yeah, 2 degrees Celsius. 0 is freezing, and 2 is, yeah, it's chilly is what I'm saying. It's fall weather. We got the leaves. It's kind of pretty, but it's also kind of depressing because trying to work outside when it's cold, I mean, it can be done. Lots of guys do it, but I'm a bit of a princess. I know. You're shocked. You're like, Mike, you're a hard something or other that, you know, isn't afraid of getting cold and wet. But you know what? I've done that and I don't want to do it anymore. That's why I got to shop. So anyways, quit talking, Mike. Let's put some fire. Well, fire. Maybe not like full-fledged fire, but let's ignite the cylinders in Duke and take him to the shop, because you know what? We can. And he's not going to get done sitting outside because I don't have any tools here. So anyways, let's go get to work. And we'll get back to you guys. I was going to say ladies, but you know, I don't feel like they're ladies. I think they're guys, like guys. You know what? My cars could be ladies, but these are guys, they're men, they're tough. But okay, I'll just get to work. Look at those stripes. Gosh, I bet it was a terribly handsome guy that had that idea. Wasn't me. Fire in the hole! Run, 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 run! Look at that! We got smoke, and you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's ignition, and where there's ignition, there's spark, fuel, and air. And together, when it's compressed, actually there isn't any spark. It's a diesel engine. Have I been smoking crack again? I'm pretty sure I haven't, but I don't know if I need to bleep that out. I guess we're gonna find out. I had 2 cups of coffee, and let me tell you, it was dark roast. You know, all joking aside, guys, I love this truck. I love all my trucks, which is pretty evident. But a customer had mentioned to me, he was like, you know what Duke could probably look really good with, which I agree, would be clear marker light lenses. What do you think? Should we put clear marker clear marker light lenses on Duke? I like that idea, I really do. And I probably should, because I got the clear signal light lenses. So these ones, you know, are clear. They shine amber. My only concern is the mirror lights. I don't think I can get those lenses in clear. Does it matter? Is it okay to have amber ones on the mirror if I have clear ones everywhere else? Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think, because I value your guys' opinion, because you guys are truck nuts, and you know what? Generally, you all have good taste, except for that guy that's driving a Volvo. But you know what? It happens. If you're driving for a fleet and that's what they got, that's what you got. Run what you brung, man. And you know what? If you've got an RV toter home and it's a Volvo, it's fine. It's a truck. It's not my favorite, but you know what? Some guys don't like tomatoes. Some guys do. I like tomatoes on a hamburger, but I really don't like them by themselves. Anyways. My nose is cold and wet. I guess that's what you get when it's fall time. And my tongue is getting twisted. If I can remember how to drive. Oh yeah. Piece of cake. It's like riding a bike. You fall down, scrape your knee, you get up, you cry a little bit, and you start riding your bike again. So some things I'd like to get done to... Why is that tickly? So some things I'd like to get done to Duke. I want to change the fuel filters. Because I don't think I've done that for a while. I want to fix the water leak, of course, put the fifth wheel on, put the half fenders back on and all that. Would like some full fenders, but I got to do some more research on that. Basically, I want to make Duke so Duke is driving again, can tow a trailer again, and then we'll set him to the side for a little bit and get back to work on Smokey, because you know what? They ain't gonna get done themselves. Lord knows I've tried, but they just won't get done themselves. So that's what we're gonna do. Ah yes, back in the shop, back in Mike the Truck Nut shop. You know, I really should get a camera working with Dad, because he welded the frame back together. Well, it was actually never longer, so. So look at that. The frame is one piece. Well, there he is. Hello. Hello. I was just telling him that it looks like you welded the frame back together.
Yeah, I did.
And it looks straight. Not that there's any doubt.
House members even in the right place.
Ooh, look at that. So just has to do some more grinding and cleaning up there, but yeah. The insert is there for strength.
Both inserts.
Both inserts. Insert here, insert there.
And then if we put a fifth wheel on, the angle will go right over the top.
So it'll be even more
strength.
Super. Super duper. And I made some progress with getting registration. I do not have registration for this truck yet, which is why it was always put on the back burner. But you know what? I think I'm making progress, which is more than I can say for a month ago, 6 months ago, or a year ago. But and I mean, it's not like it's going to go on the road tomorrow, but it can't really go on the road unless you have a registration for it so you can license it and insure it. So.
Well, it can't go on the road because it doesn't have a transmission and it doesn't have 2 rear ends.
Oh yeah.
Suspension.
I forgot about that part.
But it is longer. It'll be 208 wheelbase.
208. So it's not
just nice for a cab over.
Just nice for a cab over. Not stretched out, you know, like the crazy long ones, because they're hard to turn.
Well, there's no point.
Yeah. There's no point.
In my way of thinking, but what do I know?
I don't know. What do you know?
Well, I know that I'm going to have to rent a mag drill to do a whole bunch of drilling.
Mm-hmm.
But right there, if you notice, when I cut the frame rail and the insert, those holes on the bottom will match the suspension.
Ah. You never drilled any of these?
Nope.
Oh, wait a minute, of course. Oh yeah, because that was the old suspension and this is the new no. Yeah, that was what was on the frame rail that was donor, and this is the OG suspension. So now that's going to be the front axle. So, oh yeah, it's fine. We'll get it cleaned up, and yeah, once the frame's cleaned up, then we can. Well, what do you think we need to do after this? Does the person need to put a axle? And when I say axle, I mean axle in to start lining up holes?
Well, the front axle will go in. The only thing I have to do before I put the axle in is under here is the holes for the airbags.
Yep.
And I have to drill straight up to get the holes for the airbags.
Right.
So that's right, the only thing really stopping me from putting the front axle back in. And I was thinking maybe a young fella could give me a hand drilling up. It's only 4 3/8 holes, so it's not that big a deal. But I would use my drill and a chain and a bar and drill the holes up. If you can see over here, I filled the hole in.
Oh, yeah. Because it was right on the end there.
Yeah, just because it was so close to the end that I wanted a little more strength.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But the disc grinder gets heavy.
Yeah. Well, it's not like it's a project. It's not like it all has to be done tomorrow. So, which is why my videos don't get a lot of work done in lately. So, or maybe I just don't post for a while and then just do it all in one. But anyways, all right. Well, I would actually like to squeeze Duke in here if I can. And then he's out of the weather, so I can start putting it back together and maybe do some stuff to Smokey. Depending on the temperature in here is going to depend on whether or not I do a little bit of Bondo filler or fiberglass, because you need to have it warm enough, otherwise it won't set. And I've experienced that before, so.
Well,
it's pretty outside though. Look at that. You can see the orange trees right through the window. I don't know if, well. What do you think of the firewood? I think it looks good. We look out there, guys. We now have firewood. We got scrap pallets to burn. and a truckload of birch. The only downside that I found is that it's muddy and slippery and it's clay, so probably best not to go out there with the backhoe.
Well, not immediately.
No.
But it will freeze up.
Oh yeah. When it's frozen, it'll be fine.
And if it's dry.
Yeah.
Well, we knew that when I cleared it, but...
Oh, actually, did this steel?
Yeah.
Chunk of that would make a good backer bar for doing those rivets, maybe. Because I gotta get a dolly for behind the rivets or whatever. Some people say I need to drill little holes, but I'm not sure if that's so that when you hit it, I don't know.
Well, can you get, like if you use a chunk of this, can you get it in the groove?
I think so.
Behind the rivets.
Well, the kicker is it's got to be thin enough. Well, I think so, but I'll go check it.
I use to weld on the teeth of the backhoe to make a rake.
Oh.
But I never used it all because I bought a chunk and then I used it to make sure the frame was straight.
Yep. Oh, well that's handy dandy.
What we'll do is we'll lean it up against the bucket.
Oh yeah.
And then you can cut all one side off.
Yep.
Then we'll turn it over.
Yeah. Well, and the reason why I want to use these angles is because they already fit the holes on the frame. So,
yep.
You know, it might be a bit of a bugger, but I think it's easier. Well, we're going to find out if it's easier than, you know, drilling new holes and blah, 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 blah.
Well, yeah.
Use what you got, because this is garbage. Because that's rusted in. These are no good. So the angles, if we can use them, we'll use them. And, you know, in some ways, that plate would probably be good for something.
Oh, yeah.
The center part. So we have some
See,
plates.
what I've done, too, is I've cut the center out to lighten it up.
Yeah.
Because the lighter ones have the center cut out. That's the only difference.
That's a heavy duty slide, and the other one's a lightweight slide.
But we'll lift it up and lean it up against the bucket.
And I should take this off too for my airline. I'll knit that off because I can weld that onto my new bit, and then yeah, and then I can get the new slider all together and then get it painted.
But it's going to be a job to zip cut those welds.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll get started. So the interesting thing is, as I cut the weld, the rust jacking would release the pressure and make a pop sound.
Pop like that.
You're impressed?
Yeah, because I thought it'd be a proper bitch.
So guys, when I cut a weld, it's popping, probably because it's under pressure from a little bit of rust or something, but
heating and cooling and whatever.
Yeah. But I figure I'll flip it over, grind the welds on the edge, and then I might flip it over again and hit it with a big sledgehammer. Maybe the other welds will break.
I'd cut half of them at least.
So if I hook the chain up, do you want to flip it over?
Yep. You want to flip it right over or just stand it up?
I think flip it right over. Well,
whatever. Like I thought if we can get it to just lean up against, then you can, you know, you're up
yeah,
a little higher.
Not on my knees.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll just hook the chain short.
Yep.
There we go. It's in the bucket now, so.
Yeah.
Or on the bucket, or.
Well, I thought of putting the bucket right down and then you won't have it over your head.
Yeah?
But whatever you want.
Well, whatever works.
Can you hold it back while I put the bucket down?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll back up a little bit.
Yeah, I guess it could go right on the ground even.
Yeah. I've got a couple.
I thought I bought some more, so we'll find out.
I got some bigger ones over at Shad.
Well, I don't really want bigger ones. It's wild, but I don't want to get any wilder.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, I think so. I might flop it down and try.
Yeah. Go for it. Who knows?
Keeping my toes out of the way. Gonna work. Stellar! I need a big
16 pound.
Yeah. 16 pounds! Hope if I can hit the damn thing. Oh, gotta get in the bar. That was too pointy. Now give it a whack. Just like that. That worked really good, actually.
Yeah.
Now I just have to clean it up.
Yeah. Is that other one as long as this?
Yep. I think so. Okay, now we just got to do that one more time. There. Got my little fitting for my air. Save that. that in my pocket. Top pocket find. Where'd I put the big uns? There's the big uns. All right. It's a 16-pound sledgehammer. It's heavy. 16 pounds even.
Other way. You got the right end, just had the wrong end. Or whatever works.
Hold on. Side might be welded a little better than the other side. Just be careful.
What are you puffing for?
Hey, I'm a salesman. I'm not made for this stuff.
That 16-pound sledge will make anybody's puff.
Couple of good knockers. There we go. One frame.
That's why it wouldn't come off, is you didn't cut there.
Oh,
That's good.
that's good.
That's good.
Well, you know. All right, now I just got to grind this up.
The good thing is that other one's shorter, so you can just nip it off here. You don't have to clean that up.
Well, I'd rather clean that up than nip it off.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Go for it.
Set it like that, and then I'll just put something over the.
Just thinking.
Go.
Tip the bucket ahead more if you want.
Sure. And I'll go put a grindy wheel on my grindy. Well, actually, you could leave it like that for now, and I can do the ones on this edge.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's what we'll do. All right, so I've moved on to the sawhorses because I think it's a little easier than on the front of the backhoe. And now I'm going to use a 60 grit, kind of a sanding wheel, to clean up the rust off of it and get it all polished up, cleaned off, not really polished, and then that way it's ready to go on. I also have to cut those brackets off, so I'll get the zip cut out again for that, and cut those off, because I think I might just use a different, well, I know I'm going to use a different bracket if I put half fenders on, so I'm not putting half fenders on it right away, so
That disc actually cleans up really nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I did all the frame with, eh? Like it polishes, like you take a weld like this,
Yeah.
it'll polish it.
Mm. Well, that's good because I got to get all that scale,
Yeah.
the rusty scale off, man.
Well, that's what I'm going to do on the frame.
Mm-hmm.
And then just paint it with a rattle can rather than sandblasting. And, I mean, whatever
now.
Yep. So.
Turned into a nice day though. The fog burned off and it's not windy. It's been windy. You know how you get the fall winds? I should grab a bigger hammer. There. Like a glove. Well, it's not really like a glove, but it's cut off. So now let's put this one here. Shit. Please tell me mice. I need it. Ugh. Oh, it's fine. Not yet. I could go get a bigger hammer. I'm gonna set this on the ground so I don't break it. There. Now I'll put the other disc on and finish cleaning this up. Just about out of grinding discs, guys. But good news is I'm almost done. Well, done this part, and then I can paint them, bolt these onto the frame, and with a couple of bolts, and then tack my new slider plate on. So this is a zinc primer coating that you can weld through. Now, I'm just about out of it, of course, but I'll put it on this top surface because that's where I'm going to be welding. And, you know, try and keep it from rusting. All that good stuff. Shoot. We're gonna make it like brand new. You might be saying, Mike, why are you painting it? Well, because I don't want it to rust anymore. And we're gonna put it on the frame, so it'd be good to have a barrier. Then once I get it all welded on, we're gonna take it off again and get it painted a blue. A blue to match the rest. And in the meantime, it'll be black. Black and blue. In the end, I end up painting over everything anyway, so. Oh well. Well, Dad's made some progress too. He's drilled a couple of holes, cursed about Chinese drill bits. Dang those Chinese drill bits. Cleaned up this side of the frame, and look at that. You know what? We thought about hiring a professional, but we already had a professional on staff. And you know, shout out to Dad. Dad has done so many things over the years, like welding, rigging. Like when I was a kid, we rigged logging trucks, and I remember one time we rigged a truck. It went, I don't even know if it went to work, and then the contractor called and said, yeah, you know what I told you? I needed a short logger? And it's like, yeah, we're all ready to go. Yeah, no, I need a long logger. Okay, so then we had to re-rig it long loggers. We've double frame trucks, we've shortened trucks, changed suspension in trucks. We had a Freightliner cab over on Spring Ride, and Dad put air ride under it. I remember that because we put new steel wheels on it for the winter, and I had to go pick them up, and Dad said, don't dilly-dally. And I was 16, just got my license, so I didn't. Got stopped for speeding. I thought, no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. Then our driver drove by. He's like, rubbernecking. Then my mom drives by, rubbernecking, and I'm like, now they know. But yeah, basically what I'm getting at is Dad's a rock star. Yeah, he's a rock star when it comes to truck stuff. You know, he's getting older, which kind of sucks. We're all getting older. But you know what? Getting older is a good thing, because if you're getting older, it means you're not dead. I know, it's a little morbid to say, but it's true. And I appreciate everything I've learned from Dad, so. Even some of the words that, you know, I can't repeat on YouTube, but yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna get, Dad's gonna rent a mag drill, and we'll drill those holes. And I think well, of course I forgot here. Dad drilled the holes for the airbags, so that's there and there. So that means, you know, that's actually pretty good, because it's, yeah. So yeah, basically we can put the front axle back in, bolt her up, and then it's just a case. One thing I wondered about is how tight are those? Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, so I'll have to get some new airbags, because the one problem with these airbags is they're the studs broke off. So this is gonna be our front diff. Looks like it needs a rear seal too, but you know, we could do that now. But why don't we wait until it really starts to leak? And one day we'll get it sandblasted and painted, just like we did with Duke. But first we're gonna put it all together. So, but you can see those are corroded in. Dad tried to get that one out, but you know, sometimes you gotta look at how much time you're spending and what is your time worth compared to just going and buying a new TRP airbag. You know what? It's good enough for me. TRP, yeah, you know me. So these are all painted up. This is weldable primer. Of course, I ran out. Yeah, it happens. But this way, they're painted up so that they won't flash rust. And I threw a coat of paint on the old stove. You know what? It doesn't look half bad, I don't think. I think it's... Yeah, you quit making a shadow, Mike. I think it's kind of cool. And I got it for shop art. Is that weird? It probably is weird. But you know what? I like it. I like that stuff. I like old stuff. You know, too often we tear history apart, which I guess that's why I like old trucks. And here is the new slider. Now, it's a little shorter. I think Dad said this is 48 and the other one's 52, or this one's 40. Anyways, it's about 5 inches shorter, so, or 47 I think this is. So it's so beautiful. Beautiful and new. Yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna bolt those angles on, set this plate on, and then I'll tack the edges and the side with the welder. Test my welding capabilities, and tack weld it on. Then I'll pull it off, weld it. Probably won't put it back on right away, because then what I'll do is I'll take it and get it painted. We'll get it painted blue. And then, you know, I almost wonder, maybe I should get that painted blue, like get the track painted blue, and then put the slider in, and then paint that blue. You know what I mean? Although I do need to weld stops on here. Like, I'll have to weld stops on there. But, because if I paint it with this on it, there's going to be a part that's not painted. So, and since I don't have those dogs, that's a good idea. Paint a bunch of pieces. You know, sometimes, I know, big brain. No, it's just locked. I don't even know if it's locked, but I think it's a good idea. But then I got 3 pieces. Well, it's fine. I put it all on the pallet loose, and then paint the fifth wheel head too, so it's all pretty. It'd be nice to have an aluminum fifth wheel, but you know, this is Prince George, man. It's like, you know, like I said, Dad said it snowed here last night, or at least he said what was coming down in the camera was like really thick rain. So, gosh, this place is beautiful. I do miss this place, but I still have it because it's in the family, right? So, do you guys have, you know, land in the family? I always wanted to have a homestead. I don't know, I just think it's cool. So it's kind of fun that Mom and Dad are here now. So, but yeah, sorry about not having a video last Friday. And I wish I could have made a better one on painting the frame, but I had to go get kittens. And you're probably thinking, Mike, kittens? Yeah, cab over cats. You know, if you follow me on Facebook, my personal Facebook, just Mike Chamberlain, go ahead, go follow me on Facebook. I don't care. Just get a taste into what Mike Chamberlain is like. That's my last name, Chamberlain. I live in Prince George, British Columbia, by the way. But yeah, you know, I was dead set against getting a cat. We had a cat when we lived here. His name was Simon. He lived in the carport. He was a great mouser, and he was a killer. He'd kill oh, I got that. I don't want to scratch the paint. He'd kill rabbits, because we have lots of rabbits, wild rabbits here. And anyways, so Simon was a killer, and he was a messy guy too. Couldn't have him in the house. He's just dirty. And anyways, kids wanted another cat. I'm like, nope, don't want another cat. Never had a good cat. Don't want a cat. Don't want a cat. Don't want a cat. Don't want a cat. And then it's like, all right, we can get a cat. Then we got another cat. Then Andrew wanted to get another cat. And you know, they wore me down. Last vacation, I'm like, fine. I said, but when Sully goes, which is Sully is our dog, I said, that's it. No more. No more. That's it. 3 animals. That's it. I only want to have 3 animals, because, you know, if you want to go away, as much as I like having animals, it's a lot of work. And you got to, you know, house sitters and all that stuff. So anyways, Andrea found this kitten. And then lo and behold, there's in that litter of cats, and it's a purebred short hair exotic, so it's a cab over cat. And, you know, I got a soft spot for cab overs. I don't know if you've noticed. And I say they're cab over cats because they got the smushed in face. So there's a kitten Well, it's a kitten. But then there's a runt in the litter, and they're like, it stopped growing. And they're like, it's tiny. And it went to the vet, it got its shots, and they're like, maybe it's a dwarf. And they're like, maybe, I don't know. Or, you know, it's not eating enough. It's got to get on solid food. And anyways, I said, you know, it'd be kind of fun to have a tiny, like a miniature dwarf cat. And Andrea, because Andrea raised squirrels. You know, she raised squirrels, from little sausages to squirrels. They're out there somewhere. Set them free. She did a good job. And it's a lot of work. So anyways, I was like, yeah, it'd be cool. We'll put some videos on YouTube, you know, Minnie Mouse, the little cat, because people love cat videos. And so, you know, it was my idea. And Andrew's like, well, you know, so we got 2 cats. So now we got 4 cats. And I think Minnie, the little one, I think the breeder person just wasn't bottle feeding her right, and she wasn't getting any nutrients, because so far in a week, she weighed 260 grams when we got her, and now she weighs like 361 or 368. So Andrew's doing a good job as usual, and Minnie's growing and turning into more like a cat. So that's why I didn't have a proper video last week, because I went to Grand Prairie to get cats. And I would have liked to have met some more people in Grand Prairie, but you know what? It was a turn and burn situation. So yeah, made good time. Went to Grand Prairie and back in, well, altogether, I think it was 12 hours, 14 hours. We left at 5 a.m. and we were back at 7. So that's 14 hours. It took us 5 hours to get to Grand Prairie. You know, I'm just, pickup goes well, is what I'm saying. So, anyways, that's it. I'd actually like to buy a camper, you know, because if you do a trip like that, then you could, you know, leave the night before, stay in the camper, or have a truck that's a camper, but yeah, it's a fuel economy thing. And I need a truck that gets good fuel economy and do 130 kilometers an hour. Not that I would ever go over the posted speed limit, but anyways, guys, those of you that are still watching, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for putting up with my stuff, and stay tuned. Mike the Truck Nut ain't going anywhere. Except maybe to home to have dinner, and then we'll keep making videos. Yeah, so look at that. That's beautiful. What's that? Is that a rubbed line? I'm just gonna, no, it's fine. It's tape. It's tape. You know, there's something to be said about getting someone to paint it, because it looks really good. Now I have to tie up all my airlines again, because I undid all the tie straps. So, but yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Peace. Peace.